Have we finally confirmed the US dollar breakout as per some of my previous videos? Now, I've left all my drawing notes on here, which may be a little bit confusing, but however which way you draw it, the US dollar has broken out of just about any downtrend you can draw on the daily chart. And of course, we are seeing positive divergence on the momentum indicators on the MACD and RSI. I've talked about this in previous videos. And what I'll do is I'll try and reverse engineer what I've done here. So you can see, however we draw the line, US dollar is breaking out, it's turning, and the probability that it rises from here is relatively strong. And a rising US dollar is not a good thing. It's generally a sign something's wrong. It's probably not good for stocks, probably not good for a lot of metals and commodities, aside from maybe oil and gas, as per my other videos, and probably not good for things like crypto, Bitcoin, etc. So let's delete all the lines, and let's firstly start with the high from earlier this year, 10th of January, so pretty much the start of 2025. If you were to draw a trend from here, you can see lots of touches there. It had quite a sharp sell-off. And then I would say capture that high there, and you can see a little bit of a breakout, a return to the scene of the crime. As we always see, you get the breakout, the return. It made a higher high, a higher low, and now it's in the process of deciding what it wants to do. Probably needs to get above this key 100 level. So once it breaks there, I mean, there's no way you can say at that point that it's not a breakout. There were, of course, other signs. You can see there's a little bit of a what I'd call an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So you've got the head, sorry, the shoulder, the head, the shoulder, with positive divergence on the momentum indicator. So you got this sort of rounding bottom and then the breakout from the inverse head and shoulders. You could say shorter term because maybe you don't want to draw this trend here because you say that trend ended with the breakdown there. And I would somewhat agree with that. You could say, okay, it had the breakdown, it consolidated here, and this was the new trend. That there was a somewhat of a falling wedge pattern there, and then the breakout, and then lots of activity along here to retest. And then, of course, there's probably a fourth one you can draw there. Shorter term, you could say that 100 level is key. If you're looking at a shorter term trend, maybe you draw the line there and say that's a breakout, or maybe you draw it. I wouldn't draw it there necessarily, but you can see there are many ways we can draw this, and whichever way we draw it, it looks like the US dollar is breaking out. Now, on the 5-year, on the weekly chart, we can see it's still got a bit of work to do. You can see how important this 100 level is. So it still has a bit of work to do longer term, but I would say the short-term chart is indicating that there is upward momentum in the US dollar, the DXY, and if it breaks that 100 level, it's going to be looking bullish on a longer-term chart as well, potentially, and we'll continue to monitor. Cheers.